I have actually, yeah, and we were just talking about it downstairs, me and Ben. Hopefully I can keep that going, and I could do with it, to be honest, because I've had a little bet with my girlfriend's dad that it were a while back now, but if I get 5, then he'll pay for a meal for us all to go to a tapas place called Ambiente, what we all quite enjoy in the summer. So, but if obviously I don't score 5, then I pay for the 4 of us, so it could be quite an expensive bet, but hopefully I can get 2 before the end of the season. Starting tomorrow.
Starting Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday, sorry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What makes Luton the most threatening side in the division? Because of the teams I've seen, they appear to be the ones that carry the greatest goal threat, and 72 goals I think it is would back that up.
There you go, like you just said, they've scored 72 goals, which is outrageous really, and they've got goals from all over the pitch. Like when we played them at home, Potts the left back, I know he's suspended, but he scored, he's chipped in with a few. They've got front men who are prolific, but they've got goals from all over the pitch, which is vital, to be honest, because if your talisman ain't scoring, then sometimes you can struggle, as we found out with Mo scored a lot of our goals, but we could have done with chipping in all over the pitch a bit more, so that's what they've got, goals from everywhere.
I think Nathan Jones was very frustrated when the game finished 2-2 at Cheltenham. He didn't say Cheltenham were opening, but he nearly got that far. Is that the kind of thing that kind of winds players up the next time you face the same side?
Nah, I don't think so. I think that's part of the frustration. Listen, we've just big green giant Scots just wandered into his box and headed it down, and I've scored in the last minute. So he's going to be frustrated as like we were on Saturday. So I think that's just natural, and that ain't going to affect us this time around.
Is the expectation a bit off you this week because of where you are in the table and where they are in the table?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say so, because they're up there flying. I can't imagine many people outside of this building. Hopefully some of the fans will be, but people not involved with Luton Town Football Club will be expecting us to go there and win or get a result on Saturday. And I can't imagine there'll be many people backing us on a coupon. But hopefully we can be coupon busters again this week. Yeah.
You've been here, 14 months? 50 games I think you've played, just about. Grimesy said after the game at Lincoln that concentration was the biggest issue he was finding in League Two, and he was making mistakes he'd never made before. Having been here a year, do you think concentration is the biggest thing that you've improved
on? I wouldn't say improved on. I'd like to think, to be honest, that's something that I've always had. It's definitely something I've worked on, but naturally I think when I'm involved in the game, I like to think I'm in the game constantly, and the gaffer mentions it, to be honest, about like it helps me as well to talk my way through the game. That keeps me focused in the game, so I think that's something I've always been good at, but hopefully I can continue to improve on that and be more consistent with it.
At Lincoln, you kept the crowd quite quiet for half an hour or so until Eardley scored. Is it important that you try and do that at Lincoln as well, because they're quite vociferous, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think that'll be our aim, to keep it tight early on, and hopefully get through to half time. And we need to stay in the game. That's what we need to do, because they're a team that can be rampant, and if they do get you opened up and you're chasing the game, then you can be vulnerable at times. So that'll be our game plan. But we want to go there and play and show what we're about as well. Especially after last week, coming off the back of a disappointing performance, we want to put that right, and there's no better opportunity to go to the top of the league and do that. So it's a good chance for us.
And your goal was early there last year too, wasn't it? 5 or 6 minutes?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Thankfully, it wasn't too early, because we managed to get another 2 and hang on for the 3-2 win. So yeah, we sort of stunned them. The keeper's flapped a bit and he's dropped me, and I've put it in to get my tally for Cheltenham off and running. But I won't mind another one tomorrow, but we'll just have to wait and see. But like I say, staying in the game will be the key thing.
Can I ask you about contract situation? Are you talking with the club at the minute? Because I think you signed for 18 months when you arrived, which would take you to this summer.
Yeah, that signed 18 months and my contract's up in the summer, and I haven't had any contact yet, so I'll just wait and see. I'd be more than happy to stay here. I'm settled, I love the place, and the lads are the best set of lads I've played with, so I'll just have to wait and see. I guess it's in the club's hands, but there's still 12 games to go. I'll just keep focusing on the next game and see what happens from there.
Is it important from your point of view to get the club into a secure position first?
that's 100% the aim now. We've got to consolidate League Two football next year, and then things like that can be looked at, I guess, from there. Not just regarding my position, but every player's position. Start planning for next season, but we need to get them points on the board first, and then see where we are with that.